first thing is, shout out to my brother. I'm pointing to the wrong thing. I was one of the first people to have one of these bully bears that y'all wearing right now. Shout out to my brother A Stratton, Philly fashion bully. You know, go with the sneaks and everything. Go with everything. You know what I'm saying? I need another one. I need one for my daughter too. So I'm gonna definitely tap in with him. You know, if you happen to be scrolling past or see this joint pop up a notification, you know, check me out. I need a child small. I probably could use a regular small for Suhana. Shout out to Suhana. Did a lot of hanging out, scooter life this weekend. Shout out to Sakile. You know, being with both of my daughters, that's definitely it's a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Like chilling. I had a really good day that day too. Got the workout, got the hoop with the fellas. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kirby. I forgot what he said his name was. I forgot what Kurt Lewinsky or something, but he got a jumper. I can't hate on him, brother. He definitely was knocking him down. It was 1-1. We'll be back out there this weekend. Shout out to my brother Duke. You know what I'm saying? Him and Duke work together. You know what I'm saying? They on they both sanitation men. You know what I'm saying? Trash men. They got fleeced. You know. Watch out for them union bosses. Them boys be political, man. They be selling cats up the river, man. It's for real. But, you know, I don't have the children with me today. The program is not over. We have 2 more weeks left in the program. Had a little mix up with Uber today. One of the things the main thing I did want to talk about was, I know a lot of people seen, and I was thinking about bringing my nephew up here because he was up here before. He'd been on the show before during the program and everything. But if y'all seen mental illness culture and mental illness on display, with the whole accident, like the septic thing on Broad and Erie. I forgot what day that was. It might have been like a Thursday. It was one of those days last week. It basically kind of went viral. I don't know how many likes or whatever you got to get for something to go viral. For me, viral, just if it's a lot of people, if it's like 800, 600 people following your John, people commenting, it's viral. I don't know what the number is. But I got sent, you know, a video of my nephew who was on the show before. He came up here. He was probably 2 of the program days he came up. He talked a little bit on the show, but he is the nephew, and his brother are my 2 nephews, my blood nephews. My sister, 2 sons. Kenny is 24. Vaughn is 32. Like I said on the show, Kenny was diagnosed young, probably like 17, 18. My nephew Vaughn, he just deteriorated over like the last year and a half, 2 years going on, and they both dealing with a level of paranoid schizophrenia. Vaughn is like more closed in, not too much now. We did go through a process. We was going to 302 him. I talked about that on there. I wasn't with the 302. I don't want to send my nephew to the cops, but I do also know he needs the help. He needs the medication. He doesn't need to be wandering around or stuck in a room not coming out. And then that's the same thing for his brother. Like, he don't need to be wandering around on the street and everything, but you have to have the ability to coalesce your people, monitor your people, and still be able to live your life and take care of all your other responsibilities. So without going any like real far into that, if you do have folks in your family with any type of maladies, start moving as a unit. We got to do this together, because what we wind up doing is leaving it to one person, they burn out, and then another person, they burn out, and the care goes down as you do that. And then the other thing is that people don't really understand about that is really allow your role to be your role. Like, people don't want to do their role because they really don't want to actually do it. So they confuse it by always being out of place with how they can help. If you only have a car and you can't afford to get food, then make sure you do all the driving. Don't say we can't get food because I can't afford to get food, so we ain't going to be able to feed them. No, we don't need you to get the food. We need you to make sure the ride comes because you got the car. So whenever somebody need to get transported, whatever this person or whatever that thing is for the family, you're the ride. The person with the food stamps is the food or the money to buy the food. Like, we don't want to do that. It'd be like, nah, you got to be able to do the same thing I'm doing, or I ain't going to participate in this. That's why I be telling people, we run around here talking about we love each other. Y'all don't know what love is. I'm seeing a lot of our patterns and relationships that doesn't have anything to do with sexual intimate relationships, family relationships. We can't get to sexual intimate relationships because these relationships are so flawed and so damaging. You wonder why our folks are taking folks into abuse, to torment. And then we got away, rather, the crazy things that grandmom said to you don't matter because she gave you a place to stay and food to eat. But she destroyed your self-esteem. You're not going to know how to be in relationship with people because you're always looking at yourself as not having enough or not being pretty. That grandmom did that to you as she let you stay at her house. So now how you go about having relationships and then children can directly be tied to grandma and how she said the most vicious things to you to make you feel less than, while feeding you well, and even feeding you well and then calling you fat. I've seen a lot of that in my life. I've seen people just want to feed kids and then call them fat, then tease them, then call them big bone. They ain't big bone. You gave them all that shit. Because the thing I know about children is they only eat what you feed them. All y'all parents out there talking about, he don't eat that. Get the fuck out of here. Where they going to hunt and gather at? What supermarket they swiping at? They only eat what you give them. So the whole they don't eat that shit. No, you don't eat it, or you don't want to be disciplined to not eat it. So that be wild to me. And I've seen that. Care and torment, it's not care. It only goes one way for me. You gave me some place to stay, but you fried me psychologically and emotionally. You should have just left me in the street. Wherever I was going next, it was going to probably be the same thing. But because you gave me, a place to stay, I supposed to act like that didn't happen for 30 years or 20 years or whatever. And that's what we doing out here. That's what we're doing out here. I've been noticing a lot of it. What's going on, brother? I've been noticing a lot of our relationship milestones is us getting over somebody doing fucked up shit to us, the other partner. And since we got over it and time, we got history where we've been in a relationship that's been made. But I'm like, when are we going to get the good milestones of why y'all put 10 more years in a relationship? Like helping somebody through school. I ain't talking about paying for it. That would be cool too. But actually studying with your lady when she going to school. I get it. You could take the children while she do X, Y, Z. But how about study with her? Oh, it's going to take you to read to do that. That's the love I be talking about. Y'all both just in there not knowing nobody's looking anything up. Care, you got to know what a person needs to care for them. And care, care is not always singular. I can provide care through multiple people. It's a real thing. It happens. One of the things that gives a person quality, if we want to use that word, is the people they have around them. The people they keep around them. The morals and ethics of those people, what binds them together to be around each other. So if I'm a good person and my friends are good people, when you meet me, you get us. You don't get one good person, you get 4. That's care. Because I thought about the type of people I wanted to have around me. And now wherever I go, those people provide benefit to whoever comes into our purview. Whether you saying if it's a work situation, these my laborers. They help me get shit done quicker and faster. It's 4 brains instead of 1. That always works well. 8 legs, 8 arms. It's a benefit no matter what. So although we like to say we don't fuck with people, we always tell we social by nature. So the people that you're going to have around you so you don't lose your mind, it will be smart to try to make them the best people they can be. Whether you helping them be that way or they already coming like that or a little bit of both. It's that whole the 5 people of success and all that. Fuck all that success shit. Just making you a good person. Let's start with the baseline of being a good person. A lot of these relationships would work, whatever they are. Sibling, intimate, parent, child. If we had a baseline of care of how we just deal with each other. No matter whether I know you or not. I have a baseline of care with black people. I always want them to get the best out of me when they meet me for whatever moment it is, what I'm talking about, how I'm dressed, whatever's going on. I want black people to get the best of that from me. However I can do it, whatever is humanly possible for me, that's what I want to do for my people. I want to be an aid to society at all times when it comes to black folk first. And I say first on purpose because it's funny how it's an issue with me saying I want black people to be first, get taken care of first. But y'all was so hype about being the first in some white people shit. You look at me like I'm being prejudiced or I shouldn't be like that. Like, no, black people are first for me. That's how it goes. But when we the first in some white people shit, what's wrong with us, bro? Shit is backwards. So again, that real ethic we need to bring back. Morals we need to bring. Principles, stop using words, act on them. So care involves intelligence. Love for me is not vague. It's intelligence. Because in order for me to care for you, I have to be able to think. I have to be able to think. How do I figure out how to make the money? How I figure out how to protect you? How I figure out how to make sure our children get the same information that I got and more? How do I make my children aspire to want to be more? All of that take information. That's real care. Making you want more for yourself, teaching you that that is the ethic. That's how you're supposed to operate. And then knowing that, you make sure that everybody in your group is taken care of and we all take care of each other and then we can't fold. Those ethics, those morals, those values, start teaching it. We got to teach those. That's the other thing that's cooking us. We don't know what love is. And for me, love is intelligence. And if nobody can read it, nobody can critical think. How you think we going to love each other? You can see it. You can see with the reading, the what do they call it? The literacy level. It's still the same. It's horrible in Philadelphia. And poor people are usually doing the worst. So if you say a city has a statistic of some sort, whoever the poor people are usually doing the worst in that statistic. Like they're the ones suffering from it the most. Just look it up. That's how this shit works. So the poor people are normally the people who can't read. The poor people in this city are normally people who look like me. I don't let y'all forget that. So y'all can stop playing in this city, even though all of the political power looks like me too. So I'm trying to tell y'all the city better have something specifically for black folk going on after this run. Because you know how white folks come back when it perceives that black people are doing something. So whatever y'all think is being opened up now, I'm going to tell y'all now, because this is what happened with the Obama shit. Y'all thought something was going on, and then they just ate all that shit up and went further left. I already knew that was going to happen. They just set you up to make you think that you was here and somebody cared that you were here. You're still 3/5. Every way they can find to make you into a slave. I tell you, I'm a slave. Custody level 1. I'm on parole as we speak. Duly committed of that crime. That means slavery is still enacted. That's in your Constitution. So they like to play games with y'all. And they played. And I ain't even going to talk about the bull because he just doing what he said he was going to do. And we been knew that it was going to happen. But for black folk, we need to understand what love is. Because you ain't going to have true unity that's going to create power. Like John Henry Clark said, you got to have love, unity, power. Then you can get peace. Yeah, you can't just get peace. You can't just be like, it's peaceful. I'm peaceful. No. That's how people got murdered. They whole civilizations. Did y'all hear the shit about the chip that they talking about putting it in your brain? The black people, the black men, the black women, the highest growing prison population, y'all, they gonna put a chip in you. So when you commit a crime, because you know you innately just go and commit crime. Because you a criminal. You know some of y'all got the criminal felon shit running in y'all veins. So they got y'all believing. You're gangsters at heart. You're drug. I remember so many drug dealing is in my veins. Now crack going. Where's your people? That the DNA, they drug dealers by trade. Where they at? Like, it's other drugs. But hey, fuck it. This is shit they convince us of. Because we don't have no identity. We don't know who we are. So anything that we can attach onto that feels good, that look like it gives us some type of praise, notoriety, makes us seem like we whole, we might be human, all that good stuff, we run with it, even though it serves other people. So they talking about putting a chip in black people's head. Because don't forget, PA locked up more young people than anybody else. Don't forget those things. What do those young people look like? They look like me. They look like my young boys, my niece, my nephew. That's who they look like. So those are the people they're talking about when they commit crime. They will get a choice to do the time or get a chip in their head that's going to modify their behavior. It's called coding or some shit. Codifying or whatever the fuck it's called. Minority Report, fucking Demolition Man, Con Air. They've been telling you how they going to try to play this game even though systematically crime is created. Because this is the thing I got to say. This is the thing I got to say about that. The chip for the criminals. The criminals. Because they said what the chip can do is, one, you don't got to do a whole bunch of time. You could feel, this is a 7-minute process. You're going to get your sentence in 7 minutes. They're going to make you feel empathy. Wow, we don't innately feel that? Wow, that's crazy. I tend to not feel empathy when I'm being systematically oppressed. I can be a sociopath when sociopaths are poisoning me at birth, giving me fucking Similac with soy in it, infeminating the boys. Nobody in the school looks like me in the books, on the pictures. No black men are teaching me. I usually check out of school by 9th grade. The beginning of the school to prison pipeline. They treated the young women different than they treated the young men. Sugar Spice, Everyday Nice. It was a fucked up story to make us think our women were being matriculated and they were just smarter and more mature, and the boys were crash outs back in the day. They were knuckleheads and all that good shit that they called black boys. As they separated them from who was supposed to make family with them. So while our sisters were getting jobs and going to college, we were going on drugs, not being employed on purpose, and going to jail. So by the time we 25, 30, how can we be in a good relationship? How? It's not possible. Oh, and you taking more able-bodied men, so it's too many women. They compete in, they survive in, now they have a fucked up way that they even deal with black men. It's called crash out. Listen to the song. That's a real emotional pattern by black women that has been developed by not by their selfishness, because their selfishness was created by the survival they had to have when they men were taken away, and they told their men to run because they didn't want them to get killed. And when they couldn't do neither one, they made them intellectually lazy and physically strong. You can play sports. You can fuck all the bitches. You could be ultra violent. Just don't use that fucking brain of yours and everything is going to be fine. That's what and that's just part of the story. We ain't talking about redlining. We ain't talking about the Jim Crow South and convict leasing. We ain't talking about people being boiled. We ain't talking about the first acts of biological warfare, chemical warfare on America's soil by giving people fucking sheets and blankets with fucking smallpox in them. Bringing all that disease off the boats. They killed all the bison and brought rats. That rats are not indigenous to the American fucking plain. But they killed all the bison. Now, if anybody need a modifying fucking chip, sounds like some of these Europeans. I'm just keeping it real. The history says it. And ain't nothing changed. Look at the Trumpers. They would just as well have me hanging from somewhere. And if they catch me somewhere slipping, they gonna do it. Look at the fucking news, y'all. But they talking about putting chips in black people's head to modify behavior for crime. This is a penal colony. The motherfuckers who came over here was the dejects and rejects from England. If you can even get that from a place that breeds it. I'm talking about the history. I ain't make it up. A third of your country already almost died from disease. And the other third almost died from war. Nobody did that. actually coming out of the cave saved y'all fucking lives. So, if we talking about chip modification, a motherfucker need to produce melanin and then shit will start being different. Because violence is not innate to black people. Crime is not innate to black people. We are not the problem. This shit has been put upon us. And now they talking about putting chips. And I'm telling y'all they going to do it because they start taking niggas' DNA. Straight put a needle in you when you go upstate. Give me some of that blood so we can test it. Because you committed a crime and now we can do whatever we want to you. And your people going to allow it because they believe in the crime shit. It's a lie, y'all. They creating this shit. Oh, I'm going to tell y'all one more thing, so don't get mad when it start happening. Y'all talking about ICE? Let me tell y'all how the prison system works. If you don't know, we have to destabilize a particular place, right? In order to create crime. So we create criminals. Actually, we're creating slaves. I just told y'all about the Constitution. What did slaves do for America? It built this bitch. Cheap labor. So now, how do we run this play over and over again? Because I do hear people saying capitalism fucks up everybody. Yeah, but at levels. And what it teaches is those people that could be at the level just become the new oppressor. So once we create the baked in underclass, which is black people, everybody else filters in to oppress the black people to feed off of capitalism. So black people do it. Asian people do it. Latino people do it. And of course, the white folks do it. Because we the baked in underclass in this capitalist system. And they keep re-engineering things to make sure we stay that. And other people come. Chinatown, the Arabs, the smoke shops, the Dominican stores. They all come to feed off of the underclass. All you black people talking about, they copping my shit. They cop. It's a Dominican store on every other block and they eating and they got the same thing in it. That's for all the black people to say, I want to be the one over here. Everybody else, they trying to be like me. They copping my shit. More of the same thing brings more foot traffic. If you read, you can learn how to actually get some fucking money. And that goes back to care. I care about you, so I just put you on to the shit. Don't let them have you going against. We need 5 hairdressers because then I know it's 5 hairdressers down there. So for sure, I'm going to go down there and get my hair done. That's why they build malls and plazas. They put a lot of the same shit in the same area to do what? Motherfuckers know when they go there, they going to eat. It's a bunch of restaurants, black people. So start having duplicates. Start supporting each other. If I open a store, you open a store, we can get money together and we can all outlet each other like the Vietnamese people do or the Koreans do with the cosmetology shit. They sell to each other and they overcharge anybody else that try to make a fucking open a hair store or sell a chemical of fucking hair. And it's a $10-15 billion business that they closing everybody out of. And who was they customers? Them hair stores, some of the biggest fucking stores you could go in. It's like a candy store for chicks. Head spinning being that bitch spending all your fucking money. And they wouldn't dare let you in. Unless they gonna let you be one of the girls in there that follow people around. You know how they treat black people. So I'm just letting y'all know. There's a couple little things. I hope y'all grabbed a couple jewels. Because I love y'all. I'm the love boy. That's why I care about y'all and give y'all this information so you can think. Because this is a thinking man's game. And if you can't think, you don't love motherfuckers. It's like I told my little brothers earlier. You know why I keep learning? So I can always be in a proper position to show y'all love. Because once I don't know and y'all know more than me, I am obsolete. How I'm going to love you. And you got to take care of me. I'm out, man. I'm out. That was a good end for y'all. Critical thought and identity, always will back to that. Before I leave, the young man on the viral video, like I was saying, that was my nephew. That's the mental health crisis I have been dealing with, him and his brother. Y'all got to see it on full display, not making shit up. The problem I have with the video when y'all looking at this young man with the red shoes on, y'all can't tell that he's a paranoid schizophrenic. And it looked like the girl that got in the car accident, she might be dealing with some shit too. And the other girl that was about to fight her, she was about dealing with some shit too. And the boy in the slide that was acting like he was going to fight my nephew but never fought him, he looked like he got some shit going on too. And the brother that was standing next to him talking crazy. Matter of fact, if you on Broad Erie at that time and you ain't at work and you ain't doing nothing, none of y'all ain't got shit going on. Mental illness culture, the zombie apocalypse is upon you. They want your fucking brain. Y'all need to talk to each other so we don't lose our shit. Because it look like we is. They argue with my nephew for hours out there. Nobody, even the people in the comments couldn't tell. Because y'all live in mental health culture. Y'all think these things are normal. But that's what I'm dealing with. We need to get that shit together. Mental health is real. I was saying it when the show first started. 4 or 5 years later, it's still a thing and it's getting worse. What happens after drill? Motherfuckers lose their mind from mourning and all the other shit. All right, y'all, I'm out, man. This PSA, Philly service announcement, Takeover Tuesday, Takeover Love, Support, Grace, Social Activism, Research, and Art, PSA podcast program. The baby's got 2 more weeks, and we gonna run it back. I'm not going nowhere. I keep telling y'all that. And they saying, why you ain't sending the shows out? Well, just come look at the show. I like my burn. It's a nice bubble. I'm good. That's what we doing out here. I love black people. That's why critical thought and identity is always gonna be my thing. Love is intelligence, love. Y'all, if you can't think, you can't take care of nobody.